1. Anthony Rizzo intentionally gets hit by a batted ball.
Born in Austin, Texas. And Rizzo got hit, but did he swing at the pitch? He did. That's a strikeout. So it's still 1-0 Dodgers.
It looked like a routine ground ball until Anthony Rizzo did something almost nobody expects a base runner to do. Instead of trying to dodge the ball, he deliberately let it hit him. For a split second, it seemed like a terrible mistake. But Rizzo had already read the entire play before anyone else on the field did. Under MLB rules, a runner struck by a fair batted ball is automatically out, and the ball is ruled dead. Rizzo knew that if the shortstop fielded the ball cleanly, his team would likely lose 2 outs on a double play. By sacrificing himself, he stopped the play instantly, leaving only 1 out instead of 2. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't lucky, it was simply incredible baseball. IQ, proving that sometimes the smartest move is giving yourself up to save the inning. 2. Pitcher intentionally hits the batter to stop a steal of home.
Here it comes! And did the pitch hit the batter? It hit Alfredo Simon.
Now here's a moment that looked completely accidental, but it wasn't. As the pitcher came set, the runner suddenly broke for home. Most pitchers would panic and rush a throw to the catcher. This one didn't. He spotted the steal instantly and came up with a solution almost nobody would think of in the heat of the moment. Instead of trying to beat the runner with a risky throw, he intentionally hit the batter with the pitch. The moment the ball struck the hitter, the play was ruled dead, forcing the runner to stop and return. It may have looked strange, but it was a perfectly legal way to erase a dangerous scoring opportunity. Knowing the rules that well under pressure takes more than talent. It takes the kind of awareness that separates smart players from everyone else. 3. Matt Holliday lets a foul ball drop.
Down the left field line. That's a smart play as Holliday lets it drop.
Real smart play.
This happened in the 12th inning of a tie game, with the winning run standing just 90 feet away. A foul pop-up drifted toward left field, and everyone expected Matt Holliday to make the catch. But then, he stopped. He watched the ball hit the ground, and fans were left wondering what he was thinking. The answer became obvious a second later. If Holliday caught that ball, the runner on third would have tagged up and scored the winning run with ease. By letting it fall foul, the batter stayed alive, but so did his team's chances. His pitcher got another opportunity to finish the at-bat without giving away the game. It was a tiny decision that completely changed the situation, showing how sometimes the smartest defensive play is the one you never make. 4. Kentucky's fake steal of home trick play. This next play looked like complete chaos, and that was exactly the plan. Kentucky had runners on, first and third against a left-handed pitcher. The moment he committed to home, both runners took off together, making the entire defense react at once. But here's the twist. The runner heading to second intentionally tripped and fell flat on his face. Every defender's attention shifted toward him, thinking something had gone wrong. Meanwhile, the runner from third quietly sprinted home, untouched, and scored before anyone realized what was happening. By the time the defense figured it out, the runner who had fallen was already back on his feet and safely stealing second as well. It wasn't about speed, it was brilliant deception, perfect timing, and using confusion as a weapon. 5. Javi Baez's fake tag mind game.
The throw from Contreras, and it goes into center field.
Baez was deking him. He was acting as though he's making the tag.
Sometimes the smartest baseball plays don't even require touching the ball. During this sequence, a throw skipped into center field, giving the runner an easy chance to advance. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. Javier Baez had something completely different in mind. Even though the ball was nowhere near him, Baez acted like he had caught it and was applying a tag. The runner hesitated just long enough to lose the opportunity for an extra base. Since Baez never actually tried to tag him with the glove, there was no interference, making the fake completely legal. It was a simple mind game, but an incredibly effective one. While everyone else was watching the baseball, Baez was controlling the runner's decision without ever touching him, proving that awareness can be just as dangerous as athletic ability. 6. Freddie Freeman. Records 4 outs in 1 inning.
If Terry Collins appeals the play at first, the Braves could get the 4th out at third base, and it makes the call at first irrelevant.
At first, it looked like the inning was over. The batter was thrown out at first, everyone started relaxing, and the defense was ready to head back to the dugout. But Freddie Freeman wasn't buying it. Something about the play didn't feel right, and instead of assuming the call would stand, he prepared for something almost nobody else saw coming. Freeman immediately fired the ball to third base, trying to record another out before the play was officially dead. Moments later, replay overturned the out at first, proving his instincts were right. Because he had already completed the play at third, the Braves still escaped the inning with what became a rare 4th out. It was an incredible display of awareness, showing that Freeman wasn't reacting to the moment. He was thinking one step ahead of everyone else on the field. 7. Kyle Tucker intentionally gets tagged out.
They don't get the appeal now, huh? Yeah. So was that a planned play?
Yes.
This next play looked completely backwards. A sacrifice fly appeared to score an easy run, but Arizona noticed the runner had left third base too early. They quickly prepared to appeal at third, which would erase the run entirely. For a second, it seemed like Houston had made a costly mistake, until Kyle Tucker suddenly took off for home. Tucker knew exactly what he was doing. By forcing the defense to abandon its appeal and tag him out instead, he changed the entire sequence of the play. Yes, he was intentionally retired at home, but that out prevented Arizona from completing the appeal on the runner, who left early. The result? The original run stayed on the scoreboard. Giving yourself up to save a run sounds crazy, yet Tucker turned what looked like a disaster into one of the smartest pieces of base running you'll ever see. 8. Brewers mound. Visit appeal strategy. Sometimes the smartest play doesn't happen between the lines. It starts in the dugout. During a chaotic play at the plate, the runner was called safe, but the Brewers believed he had actually missed home plate. The problem was time. Appeals have to happen before the next play, and the window was disappearing fast. Instead of rushing, the Brewers' pitching coach calmly walked to the mound for a visit. That short conversation wasn't really about pitching at all. It bought just enough time for the coaching staff to confirm what they had seen on replay. Once they knew the runner had missed the plate, the catcher appealed at home, and the call was eventually overturned. It was brilliant game management, proving that sometimes knowing how to use the rulebook is just as valuable as making a great defensive play. 9. Craig Counsell appeals an intentionally walked batter missing first base.
Here comes the crew chief, Ron Kulpa, to come in and have a conversation with Craig Counsell and try and defuse him right now.
Craig Counsell's wondering why timeout wasn't called. And normally when you...
This might be one of the strangest plays you'll ever see. The batter received an intentional walk, so first base was his automatically. But instead of touching the bag, he turned around and started walking back toward the dugout after his team signaled for a pinch runner. Almost nobody noticed, except Cubs manager Craig Counsell. Counsell immediately alerted the umpires and instructed his players to appeal at first base. The defense threw the ball to the bag, and after a lengthy discussion, the batter was ruled out because he had never actually touched first. It was a situation many fans, and even players, had never seen before. While everyone else was focused on the substitution, Counsell was focused on the rulebook, turning a simple mental mistake into one of the easiest outs imaginable. 10. Outfielder pretends to lose the fly ball.
Eaton skies it to center. Duran fighting that sun.
No!
And loses the baseball.
Go! Keep going!
And Eaton's not stopping.
Love that.
That's why you hustle every moment on the field.
At first glance, this looked like an ordinary fly ball to center field, but the outfielder had something much smarter in mind. Instead of tracking the ball normally, he acted as if he had completely lost it in the sky, convincing the runner on first that the ball might drop safely. The runner drifted farther off the base, preparing to advance. Then came the surprise. The outfielder calmly made the catch, spun around, and fired a perfect throw back to first before the runner could recover. Double play. The entire sequence was built on deception rather than speed or athleticism. By selling the fake just long enough, the defender tricked the runner into making the mistake for him, creating one of the smartest outfield plays you'll ever watch. 11. Jarren Duran prevents an appeal. Jarren Duran made a mistake that should have ended badly. While rounding first on an overthrow, he completely missed the base, and the defense spotted it almost immediately. They prepared to step off the mound and appeal, which would have erased his advance without much trouble. It looked like Duran had no way out, but then he flipped the pressure right back onto the defense. The moment they started the appeal, Duran broke for home, forcing the first baseman to react instead of simply completing the play. The rush throw sailed over everyone's head, and with the ball loose, the chance to appeal disappeared. What began as a costly base-running mistake ended as a brilliant recovery, simply because Duran refused to give the defense an easy decision. 12. Cedric Mullins exploits the new pickoff rule.
Mullins, right center field. That ball's up the alley. That ball is going to be extra bases, maybe 3. Cedric loses the helmet. He's going to go to third, and he's in there.
Nobody else seemed to notice the count, but Cedric Mullins did. Under MLB's 2023 rules, pitchers are limited to 2 disengagements per plate appearance, while a runner is on base. If they attempt another unsuccessful pickoff after reaching that limit, the runner is automatically awarded the next base. It's a new rule, and Mullins knew it better than anyone on the field. After the pitcher unknowingly used up his allowed disengagements, Mullins baited him into trying one more pickoff. He took an aggressive lead, then sprinted back to first just as the throw came over. The tag was applied, but it didn't matter. Because the pitcher had exceeded the disengagement limit without recording an out, Mullins was automatically awarded second base. It was an incredible example of baseball IQ, where understanding a brand new rule was worth more than raw speed, turning a routine walk into a free extra base. If you enjoyed these unbelievable baseball IQ moments, hit subscribe, leave a comment with your favorite play, and we'll see you next time.